It's Zaid Abdullah, K9 Jet, and this is Miles with Deputy Faulk.
Thank you for your service and dedication. You rest now. We have the watch from you.
Again, Zaid, you come over here, man. Bring the dog. Hopefully the dog knows this is Miles with Deputy Faulk and not Bite Deputy Faulk. All right.
What happened to you? Got bit in the ass today, son. By a stinking ass filthy dog.
We actually run here. Like, I should have run on this side.
If you want, you can run on my right side. That way. I mean, you can run next to him. I'm telling you, he's not gonna bite you.
Yeah, I'm gonna run the other side. Just gonna start my watch here, and we're just gonna run a couple miles. Miles with Deputy Faulk. This is episode 2 of Miles with Deputy Faulk. Once again, brother, I appreciate you coming out here, being a part of this. I do have a couple questions for you, if you don't mind. All right. So my first question is, how did Zaid become a cop? What was your catalyst? What inspired you to actually go into law enforcement?
Honestly, man, I just watched like a bunch of videos.
Like live PD or something?
Live PD, car chases and stuff. Police Activity is a big YouTube channel for critical incidents with law enforcement. So just watched a lot of those videos and I was like, man, I want to be a cop. I was an electrician before then.
Electrician?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was a very distinct moment. I was doing a job. It was on a house or a building. And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, is this it for me? Am I going to be an electrician for the rest of my life? Crawling through the crawl space, attic spaces, is that going to be my life? And not downplaying blue collar work, because blue collar work is what makes the world go around, but
Absolutely.
just, I wanted something more for me. I wanted to be a little bit more connected to something more proud of something. And that's why I just decided to do law enforcement.
Oh, if I can add to that, especially coming from, at least I can speak from my own personal experience, coming from our background here, meaning the African American community, it always wasn't well received, especially from my family, being a cop. I mean, quite honestly, I can call my brother right now and say, hey, bro, how you doing? First thing he'll say is, that's a lot of questions, officer. So he won't even talk to me, man. Not in that regard. So I guess my next question was it always received well by your family, friends, or your quest in being a cop?
Absolutely not. Nobody in my family, not my spouse, not my brothers. And if you know anything about my brothers, you know why. My parents, peers, friends were completely against it.
Okay.
I was the only person that was okay with the decision. And, you know, obviously I made the right decision. But, you know, I made the right decision, but obviously I didn't have that support that a lot of people may have.
Okay.
Seats.
Put them up.
Yes, good boy. Yes, God. Bravo. 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 Bravo.
So you were saying how, you know, unfortunately it wasn't received well by your family, and that happens a lot actually. But I mean, how did you overcome that? I mean, do they receive it well now? Is that a process?
Not everybody. I mean, anytime I get around them, it's like, what's up, pig?
Pig.
Then, just like you said, you know, damn, officer, you asking a lot of questions. You know, there's obviously slick remarks like that. You know, it's just constant remarks or whatever. But I don't really give two shits about what other people think, you know, in terms of the decision I'm gonna make for the rest of my life. So not getting the support or the respect from my family was never really something I was looking for. It was just more for myself. I wanted to respect myself, be proud of myself. So I'm not, and still to this day, I'm not looking for any type of respect for my family. It's 100% me. What I want to do, what I think is best. And I feel like I've proven to myself that that's what I want, and this is what I wanted.
Obviously, you're a K-9 officer. And there's an old saying about, dog is man's best friend.
Yeah.
Right? That means a lot of things to a lot of people. If I have a dog, for an example, then it's just a pet to me.
Yeah.
To you, it's a partner, a friend, or whatever that means. So my question is, what is that bond between K-9 officer and their dog? Is it a part of your family? I mean, what does that mean to you?
No secret that I lost my partner in the line of duty. And it's been very difficult for me to overcome. I mean, like you said, it's man's best friend. We spend 12-hour shifts with these dogs, training them, spending time with them. Hell, even sometimes we're eating with them. So
You eat with them, hold up. You gotta explain that, brother.
we just pour the kibble out and we just start eating. We're going to town on the bowl together.
You gotta explain that, brother. I know you gained some weight. I hope you ain't eating no kibbles and bits.
Nah, I ain't eating no kibbles and bits, but when I eat, sometimes he'll eat, especially right before shift. I'm eating, he's eating. We spend 12-hour shifts with these dogs. They're family to us. Actually, as a matter of fact, we spend more times with these dogs than we do our actual family. So, we have training, which is a mandatory 16 hours a month. And then on top of that, your shifts, you're still with the dog at home. It's not like you throw them in the kennel and they're just there till you're back on shift. You're still taking care of the dog, letting them out to use the bathroom. You're jogging with them. So it's a constant relationship that you have with this dog. And when you lose a dog, not downplaying, losing your dog to a sickness or, you have to go and put them down because of a sickness.
Right.
But losing your dog in front of you, where you just had a full shift with, and then you lose your dog right in front of you. I mean, it changes a lot for you. And it was an eye opener for me because, I had that mindset as well. Even though I was working the dog, I was like, man, it's just a dog. I can get another one.
Right.
I can get 4 more.
Right.
But
I mean, what is the scariest thing, just as being a cop, what is the scariest thing for you in particular?
for me, I mean, the scariest thing is having a family in law enforcement. You know,
You gotta explain that one.
It's we're surrounded by everything that you could do in this area is where we work. So you're gonna take your family to the zoo. You're gonna take them to the movies. You're gonna take them to the park. You're gonna take them out for ice cream. And you're gonna run into people that you've had an interaction with. And most of the time, the interaction that you have with these people is not positive. It's gonna be negative. And having your family there, it's not a good feeling. What if this dude decides to fight you, try to shoot you, try to harm one of your kids? That's, for me, that's the scariest thing.
Wow.
Cut
this way.
Okay. There, even for my sake,
Right.
I don't take my family to my place of worship because of the amount of people I've had negative interactions with. So, it sucks.
That's challenging.
It is, because I spent my entire life in that community,
Right.
and not being able to bring my kids there and experience the same things that I've experienced sucks.
Well, that's pretty deep, man, because I know I said this last episode, but this recently happened yesterday. I was out with my wife, my kids, and saw another guy that I arrested when I was working the road. I didn't know how, this interaction is a little bit different. I didn't know how to respond. We're gonna turn back after that light.
All right.
And he had to let my wife know, hey, be on point. And that's a scary feeling for her.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can understand that. But I think one of the, wrap around here.
All right.
One of the things that hurt me the most, or I consider to be the scariest, is in law enforcement, as you know, we pay for the sins and mistakes of others.
Absolutely.
And what I mean by that is, and it's not to down any other profession, but if you're a bad teacher, you're just a bad teacher.
Yeah.
If you're a bad cop, I don't know, in Alabama, Texas, or whatever, then everybody's a bad cop.
Damn right.
And so that can be nerve-wracking at times. And so that's the scariest thing for me. So if I can ask you just a couple more questions.
Sure.
What is your end game with law enforcement? I mean, you pretty much did it all, brother. K9 is where it's at.
K9 is where it's at, man. There's nothing like it, and as long as I can hold on to that lead, you know, I have the physical health, the mental health to do it. I'm going to continue to do it until I can't. I'm really not ambitious for rank. I don't really give a shit about rank, honestly. I'm not big on rank.
Okay.
So as long as I can keep doing this, you know, 30, 40, hell, even 50, I'm gonna keep doing it.
2 more questions if I can.
Sure.
Somebody wanted me to ask you this. Gotta ask. We're running. You ever lost a foot chase?
So
Be honest.
technically, no.
Oh.
I'm not. I have not lost no foot chase.
All right.
Now, I've had people who had a good jump on me, and I started running them down, and we ended up finding them.
Okay.
But I've never had a dude in cuffs. Well, that's a lie. I've had a situation where a dude we had in cuffs, and he jumped up the 2nd story building and then took off. But in terms of dudes running, vehicle pursuit or foot chase,
Okay.
I've caught him.
Okay. And last question. How does law enforcement help build a better relationship with the community that we serve?
I mean, dude, we're people. Like, I know that people think that, oh man, he should have did this, he should have did that. We're making split-second decisions within a split second. You know, we're people. We're gonna fuck up. We're gonna, you know, make mistakes. You know, we're gonna forget. We're human beings. We're not robots.
Right.
We're not gods. You know, it just is what it is. So I think once people start humanizing law enforcement,
Right.
realizing that we have families, we have friends, we're sons, we're daughters, whatever, you're gonna start seeing people start to accept us. And I think for the most part, you know, I think we are seeing that change where people are like, man, we're going downhill in terms of, you know, morality and stuff. And there's no accountability or responsibility. So you're gonna start seeing that change where people are gonna be like, nah, that dude needed to get his ass whooped.
Right.
Nah, that dude needed to go to jail.
Absolutely.
So it's you're gonna see that change eventually. So
Well, hey brother, again, I appreciate you coming out, being a part of Miles with Deputy Faulk. Thank you. I know I said it was my last question. I guess I lied.
hey,
Here's one more question for you. For those who want to know, ran about a mile and a quarter, mile and a half. So my last question would be, who do you nominate next? Or any law enforcement officer, anybody. Because what happened was, I want to mention this, I want to say this on YouTube, especially, on all the platforms. I challenged 5 deputies, all right? Everybody, four, let me be fair, 4 out of those 5, they all had excuses. I'm going to call their names again.
damn.
It's all love. But McCray, Deputy Amir Muhammad, my man Reyes, and my man Kerwin. All right, so now we challenged it to a mile and a half, and on a certain time they didn't do it. They said they were going to do it. We'll see, especially after this video goes viral. Then we see if they do it. But Zaid is the only one that actually did it, man. So we gotta give a lot of props to Zaid. So again, who would you nominate next to run out here with Miles with Deputy Faulk?
All right, a guy that I know who's a pretty good talker. He runs himself. It's gonna be Denny Cologne. You know Denny?
Denny Cologne. He's on the cat team?
Yeah.
Got him.
All right.
Got him. We gonna get it. We gonna get it. So Cologne, you heard what he said. That's you, baby. All right, man. Again, brother, we appreciate this.
For sure.
Always, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your service and dedication.